So I know what I've been talking about, like through my spiritual journey up until this point. It sounds like, a lot of complaints. It's not, I'm not complaining. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it hasn't brought me to a place of just complete sadness, right? There were points in time where I was completely sad, right? Completely feeling bad, but that was the purging part, right? It was me purging that weakness that I felt within, right? That dissatisfaction I felt with life, the feeling of not being good enough or not being complete. And that was me purging that. And it took a while for me to purge that, right? But it brought me to a place of power. And the power is knowing that I am not just this reality, right? The power is having cleared out that trauma and not having to be in a state of depression anymore, right? The depression is the feeling um, of being deprived of something, right? Of not having something, but I'm whole and I'm abundant. You know what I'm saying? I'm abundant in myself. And that is the best feeling. That's what I've been asking for this whole time is, to love myself, to feel myself in that manner. You know what I'm saying? Not to just praise myself in order to feel better, but to actually feel the power of myself, and that's where I am right now. And because of that, that allows me to fight things energetically. Like, and energy is real, you know what I'm saying? But when you're beyond the world, you're on the side of the divine, right? So you're protected from a lot of spell work. But those enemies are not, and they're not enemies, but the energetic enemies, right? Possession in a sort of way will use spell work in order to, like black magic and stuff, in order to influence your life. Possession in the sense that they're so separated from themselves that that they can't see, can't acknowledge, can't take into account the evil that is being done. And evil is not anything to fear or acknowledge, right? It's just loveless acts, actions in hopes of gaining something from somebody else, right? So when people are possessed with this energy, it's like they're just at low vibrations of not understanding themselves and feeling like they don't have something, So they do things or throw out energies to try to get something from somebody or try to stop something from somebody or try to stop somebody's path. But when the recipient realizes its meaninglessness, right, and is not afraid and understands that they're fully protected, it can't do anything. It can't harm at all. So it's nothing to be afraid of, right? And it's nothing to be mad at. It's like to prove it as nothing, you just disregard it. To show that it's not real, it's like just disregard it. To give into it and to be afraid or to retaliate is to say that it's real in itself, but there's nothing real outside of the self. There's no other energy that is coming against you, opposed to you, right? Unless the only thing that would make it real would be your belief in it, right? And you retaliating and showing that you believe in it. Because of the separation, it's allowing the self to get to a point of insanity, right? Insanity in the sense that you become evil. You know what I'm saying? You start, not yourself, but you start doing evil things, right? Your actions become evil because of the separation from the self. Your actions become loveless, right? That's what it is to be evil, to be loveless, because the self is love, right? So anything outside of the self, separate from the self, is evil because it is loveless. And being in that energy can do things like, cause people, family to plot against family to take them out, family, family trying to take me out, and say I'm missing and then get insurance policies on me, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, just craziness that is not necessary, right? And it harms them more than it harms me, I was never missing. I was never, and they knew that because they were stalking me at the same time, but it's like, I'm never missing. I was never, gone or anything. But, there's motives behind all of that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take you out, really trying to take me out. And not just saying, but really plotting, really plotting. So try to make you feel lower than, make you feel lower, make you feel, get back to a place of, or make you harm, come into harm or have things harm you. You know what I'm saying? But the understanding of your strength, the understanding that you're backed by the divine is that strength. It's not touching me, but the thing about it that makes that dangerous is that it's going to come, you reap what you sow, you reap what you sow, you reap what you sow. And that's it. So it's like when family members do that, when people who don't like you do that against you, and you're already protected by the divine, it's just them attacking themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you pray for them, you pray for your enemies, but I pray for them because it's like it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Those things that they're doing is coming back on them. But it's like, thank God that I have the strength to dodge that, to always come back to myself, to always come back to a place of power, right? The power of my will, the power within myself, the power of the divine, and knowing and discerning those energies, because that's what all the lessons and stuff up to this point have been teaching me to do, right? To discern the energies, to know my energy, to know where my peace resides, right? To know that I'm always protected, to know that I cannot be harmed, you know? That's what all these teachings, that's what all the whole journey back to the self is telling me, is having me remember, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I encourage everybody to come in contact with yourself, come in contact with the divine, and come in contact with spirit. You know, don't get into trying to harm others. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into trying to get back at other people, because it's only going to hurt you in the end. You know. But when you get on your journey, when you get into the groove of spirit and what spirit has for you, there's gonna be hard times. It's gonna be trying, because you're purging, you're undoing, you're unlearning, and then you're building up that learning again, right? You're learning again from like the start. You know what I'm saying? You're starting on a whole different path. So there's going to be growing pains. You know what I'm saying? But in the end of it all, and not the end of it all, but through it all, it's going to change, and it's going to change for your better. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change to make you, for your benefit, to make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? For so that you can live a peaceful, harmonious life, that you can live a life that's filled with love and filled with tranquility. You know what I'm saying? In harmony and peace. You know.